Hello. I just want to take you quickly through how to pull up your own chart and what you're seeing when you do. So I'm going to share my screen and take you through one of the best sites to use that's free for you. Okay, so here you have a site that's called AstroSeek, and it's astro-seek.com, which you can see when you look up at the top here. And you can see that I've got an account that I've been logged back into called Celestia Astrology, and you can set up your own account if you like, or you can just join here as a guest. If you set up an account, then it will remember the details that you've put in and send them to you. So when you join here, the first thing you want to do is get your own chart up. So you can click under free horoscopes, and it will say birth chart, birth natal chart online calculator. So that's the first one that it offers you. And there's also an ascendant rising sign calculator. So you could use that if you want to be really easy about it, but I'm going to use the birth natal chart just to get your whole chart, because that's nice and easy. And we're going to just use today's date just to make it easy as well, and get a theoretical person. So I'm going to enter in the date that I'm recording this, which is the 21st of April 2024. So we just use the drop down, enter in the date. Do you have the time? And if you don't, it's an unknown time. But if you enter the unknown time, then you won't get a correct rising sign. It'll probably give you a noon time or the time that the sun rose. So be aware of that. And at the moment it's 6:15, so I'm going to enter that as the time. 6:15, and then the city. So I'm just outside London, UK, but you can enter wherever you are in the world. The city, the country, the continent, and then you can click calculate chart. And there we go. It's as easy as that. So the main thing is just getting the details of the time. That's the main problem. And for me, I always scroll down and I check the house system, and I change it to whole sign houses, because those are the houses that I use, and if you're following my work, you'll be used to seeing in my charts. So what you have here, it looks quite complicated, but you've got this inner wheel of numbers, and that's the first thing that you want to do when you look and see where the number 1 is, and then look to see what zodiac sign is there. So for this chart, we have Libra. Libra is ruled by Venus. So that makes Venus your chart ruler and Libra the rising sign for this chart. And you probably know what your sun sign is, but you want to look for this sun glyph, the circle with the dot in the middle, and just confirm that you've got the right sun sign that you were expecting. If you're a Leo, you want to see the sun in Leo. This is a Taurus chart. The sun is in Taurus at the moment, so I would expect to see it in Taurus. So I know that that's correct. I'm going to enlarge it again. So check that your sun is where you would expect to see it, but don't worry for now which house it's in. We'll be doing that in another video of checking where the sun and the moon are. But for now, we're just checking what your rising sign is. And we also want to know what your moon sign is. So for that, you want to look for that little crescent symbol of what the moon is. And I spot it over here. Do you see that little crescent blue symbol? And that's the moon. So again, we look for what symbol it's next to and what symbol we see here. So we see that the moon is also in Libra. And if you're not at all sure what the signs mean, and I think if we go down, it does actually tell you. If you scroll down, first house ascendant, yeah, there you are, ascendant in Libra. The Libra ruler is Venus. And if you keep scrolling, it'll tell you more about each sign. So the sun in Taurus, and the sun in the 7th house, and the moon in Libra. Okay, so I hope that's everything that you need to know to pull up your own chart. And I'm just wondering, there you go, add into my database. If you created an account with AstroSeek, you just need to click there, add into my database, and there you go. Add into my database once and for all. So it will just store it into your database, and you can give the person a name. Example plot. It asks for the gender. So you can choose male, female, non-binary. Sometimes people have questions about whether the gender should be asked. It doesn't make any difference really for an astrology chart. It's just really for our sake as an astrologer, so we know who's coming through the door. If you want to remember the gender of your client, if you're doing a consultation, or your friends, if you're doing charts for them, if you want to remember that somebody's non-binary, so that you're respectful in terms of the questions that you're asking. And also if you want to note that it's about an event, for example, I cast charts for events. If something happens, if there's an event that happens with a conjunction, I like to just make a note that such and such an event has happened, and this is the chart for it. It's not actually the chart for a person. So you might want to give the chart some sort of identifying thing that tells you what it's about. But for now, we'll just leave this as a chart of a male. It's still got all the details that I noted, and there's room there for you to make any notes. So for example, if you want to remember the sun, the moon, the ascendant for yourself, so you don't have to check it every time, you can make those notes. Or if there's anything else you particularly want to remember for yourself, you can make those notes there and then just click add person. So I hope that was clear enough for you, and I hope that helped you. But if you do have any questions, just come back to me and let me know, and I'll be happy to help you further. Okay, good luck with it. Have fun learning about your own sun, moon, and rising signs, and I hope they make sense for you. Thank you. Bye-bye.